Call to order the Education Technology and Policy Committee. Myself as chairman, Ms. Benoit as vice chair, Mr. Ford as member. Here, Mr. Crowdis, Mr. Boisin, Dr. Trahan, and Superintendent Angeron and his staff. Item number 2, consideration for approval of revision policy file B-14, administrative records. The committee recommends that the board approve and accept as presented the revision policy file B-14, administrative records. Ms. Rebecca Broom. Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon. In your packet, we have a copy of the policy that we're revising. The section that we're making changes to is on page 3 under duplication of records, and it really deals with public records requests. The changes that we are making are a couple. Number 1, to align our policy with state law. The law changed a while ago, and I know normally forethought would give us changes to our policy when the law changed, but I don't know, maybe they missed this one, or I'm not really sure what happened, but it used to be that you could only, the fee that you would charge when someone did a public records request is the actual cost of your copies or your time if you had to do research after hours. They now allow a reasonable fee, and that's what we've been doing. So this aligns both with law and also what we've put into practice for quite some time. And we've also made changes that, you have to request it in writing, and some small changes. The fee schedule is in your packet as well. We changed it about 6 or 8 months ago. It's been posted on our website, and we have been using these fees for anyone who requests any public records.
Thank you. Do I have a motion? Thank you. And a second?
Second.
Ms. Benoit. Any public comments? Seeing no public. Mr. Ford?
Yeah, so I just want to elaborate a little bit more with Ms. Bro is saying. So in the recent years, probably in the last 5 or 10 years, there's been an influx of public records requests, not just at the school level, of course, but at the municipal level, because there seems to be a lot of people that, I guess YouTubers is the best term to use, but they do public records requests. They create videos going over the public records, and they strum up, a lot of talk and a lot of exposure to it. So what happens is you have guys that are monetizing the fact that they're getting these public records requests and just reading them online or presenting videos. So our public entities are having to do more work, as a source of income for some of these people out there. So, I mean, I don't have anything against it. Whatever your hustle is, that's fine, but it's putting us in a bind. We have to do more work. So I am all on board with this, because at some point they are monetizing it as well. So thank you.
Ms. Benoit?
No comment.
Any other board members? Any opposed? Motion passes. Item number 3, consideration for approval of revisions to the 2025-2026 pupil progression plan. The committee recommends that the board approve and accept as presented revisions to the 2025-2026 pupil progression plan. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
And second? Thank you, Ms. Benoit. Yes. Ms. Monica, Dr. Monica Bro, would you
Yes.
go over that for us, please?
Good evening. As you know, the pupil progression plan, we review it every year. You guys should have a new binder with the draft of it in there with you. Our pupil progression plan, it establishes our policy regarding student placement and promotion. So all of the policies regarding that are based on the standards approved by Bessie, okay? In here, you'll find our promotional standards, the grading procedures, honor roll guidelines, valedictorian selection guidelines. All of these things with that pertain to students you'll find in here. We did have a couple of changes this year. We changed some of the language in some of the promotional standards. For example, in first grade and second grade, we had last year that the students had to have a composite score on their Dibble screening of either well above, above, or on level for that end of the year screener. So in first and second grade, we changed the language a little bit this year to say, have a composite score above the lowest achievement level on that end of the year screener, just to make it a little clearer. Having all of those words last year was kind of confusing, so we just made it a little bit simpler for everybody reading this. In third grade, prior to last year, science and social studies in third grade was a combined subject. It was called either social living or social science. Well, last year we separated those two. So science had their 45 minutes of instruction and social studies had their 45 minutes of instruction in third grade. So we changed the promotional standards in third grade to say that they needed to pass at least 3 of 4 major subjects, language arts, math, science, or social studies with at least a D, and have a composite score above the lowest achievement level on the end of the year literacy screener as well. But we added the science and social studies as separate subjects, just like we did for 4th grade on up. Okay? The state did add 2 sections to the PPP, to the pupil progression plan. They did add a little section on course choice, and it outlines the duties of our of the local district. And they did add a little bitty section on Louisiana Gator, which is the that scholarship program for students to go to the private area. So
Thank
that's
you.
about it.
Ms. Benoit?
No.
Mr. Ford?
I'll contact you about some things.
Okay, sure.
Any other board members have any comments? Any opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item number 4, matter pertaining to message in a minute. Department Supervisors Constitutional Week. Ms. Sandra LaRose, Chief Academic Officer. Yes, ma'am.
Good evening. We wanted to share with you, it's in your packet at your seat. There is a schedule of some of the activities that schools are going to be doing in order to celebrate National Constitution Week, which starts tomorrow. So it's going to be from the 17th until next Tuesday, the 23rd. Dr. Cade Brumley gives a list on the LDOE website of some suggested activities or some possible activities, but the schools can also do their own. So some of them get guest speakers, some of them have the children enact plays, some of them do art projects now that we're all doing our art, so a lot of them incorporated that into their plans. So you can see that list of activities. I don't know if all of you use Google, and so you'll see in there, there's some links that we will give to Miss Ramona so she can share that with you. But if you don't have a Google account or you just don't use Google very much and you need to know what's in the links, just contact me and I'll be happy to go in and print that and get it to you if you want to see what all the activities are.
Thank you. Any comments from any of the board members? Yes, Ms.
Yeah,
Benoit?
this is an extensive list of activities that the schools are doing. Is this more than what they would normally do?
It's about
the same.
comparable to what they've been doing at each grade level.
Yeah, that's great.
So
Any other board members? I just want to say thank you for, the proclamation last meeting. Thank you for putting this together and emphasizing the Constitution, which is something we have so precious as a country. And thank you for going over this with us. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Next, item B, Student of the Year Awards. Tanya Cook, Supervisor of Elementary Education. Yes, ma'am.
Good evening. This is just to inform you guys that we have begun the process for Student of the Year for 2026. Terrebonne Parish School District will be participating in the awards program at grades 5, 8, and 12. Currently, the schools are in the process of selecting their school representatives. Those names are due to my office on October the 6th. From there, the winners from each school will participate in a portfolio contest, And then we will have our district level selections in November. And we'll be announcing the winners sometime in November.
Wonderful. Any board members have any comments? Yes, Mr. Ford?
I follow this every year, and I'm always pleased that we do it, but I would like to see community members, local businesses get a little more involved by, offering up gift certificates, anything that they can donate to this for winners, for contestants, to kind of incentivize the whole process, because there's been twice, I know 2 occasions where I nominated a student for Student of the Year, and they were not interested in that nomination. They didn't really see, what was the point of it, or how was it incentivized. So I would like to do that. I would like to see that we take that proactive approach and kind of get these kids excited about being nominated for Student of the Year. And look, we see a lot of them every year, the same ones. They come line up from 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th, so on and so forth. So, so it's not the same old thing. Incentivize it. So I would just reach out to local community leaders to see if they want to be involved and maybe take part in it. Yep.
I think that's a great idea, getting the community more involved as well. Yes.
They can sponsor a grade if they want to, or they can sponsor a school or whatever, just be involved a little bit more.
Awesome. Any other board members have any comments? Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Next, Employee Representative Committee, Matthew Hodson, Supervisor of Middle Junior High Education. Yes, sir.
Good evening. You should have at your desk, you should have the dates for the entire year for our ERC committee. I want to just tell you a little bit about the process. So in August, each school elects a member to represent their school. The only ones that are automatically on the ERC committee are our parish winners for Teacher of the Year at the 3 different levels. Then what I do each month is I send out a Google form that's sent to the ERC members where they can submit questions and concerns to us. The committee members' responsibility is to seek those questions out in their school building level first. So once they get those questions, they have to meet with the principal first before they actually submit the questions to us, because a lot of times the principals already have the answers to the questions that they're asking. Once those questions are submitted to us between myself and Mr. Ogeron and the staff, we answer those questions. Mr. Ogeron and I sit down and we meet about those questions and discuss. He presents them to the principal's meeting first before the ERC. We actually meet with the ERC to go over those questions. So there is a lot of thought and a lot that's put into the process, and a lot of people, all this staff that has to answer questions, and Mr. Ogeron. So it's not just a simple thing of them submitting a question and somebody answers it for them. There's a lot of thought and discussion that goes into it. So that's it.
Thank you. Any comments from board members? Yes, Mr. Ford?
I think it's a great idea, because 9 times out of 10, if you didn't go back and forth and discuss those answers, they're going to end up on social media, and it's going to be taken the wrong way or used against us. So that's a great idea. I'm glad you got it.
Yep.
Thank you very much. Next, item D, high-dose tutoring. Dr. Monica Bro, Supervisor of Assessment and Accountability. Yes, ma'am.
Hello. In my department, we've been working really hard on the K-3 literacy and numeracy assessments. Those have been going on since about the first week of school. And so we give those assessments to identify the students who are below proficient, who are not on grade level. And those that are below proficient qualify for high-dose tutoring. And what that is that's our intervention time, okay? It happens during the school day. And we have built-in intervention time in our ELA classes and our math classes to provide students with the interventions that they need. Most schools have started their tutoring. It's called tutoring, but it's really our intervention time. They've started their intervention times. We've collected all of their schedules. We have gone and done some walkthroughs already to monitor those groups. We are planning to do more monitoring throughout the school year, and Ms. Tanya Cook will be guiding us in those monitoring sessions. She's going to be over high-dose tutoring moving forward.
Any comments from any board members? Yes, Mr.
So when they're doing the high-dose tutoring, are they being pulled out of a class?
Sometimes it could be in the classroom with the teacher. It could be a seasonal teacher that could be pulling them out. It could be a para pulling them out. It just kind of depends on the groups.
All right, thank you.
I'm sorry, seasonal teachers, paid by Title I, normally they are retired teachers that come back for a period of time paid by Title I funds.
And so usually is there a single student in these interventions, or is it 2 or 3 students at a
It's,
time?
high-dose tutoring, one of the requirements is a group of 4 or less. So usually you have groups of 4.
So 4 would be about the maximum.
And there's some other things involved in it. If the teacher has a highly effective evaluation score, she can have 5 or 6 in her group. So there's other stipulations in there, but normally it's usually a 4-member group.
And we find that to be very effective, seeing our ratings
Yes.
continuing to improve. That's awesome. Thank you. Next, item E, rave panic button, Mark Torbert, Director of Child Welfare and Attendance.
All right, thank you. Obviously, our department, we've been doing a lot of time and effort trying to get the latest and greatest things for security, safety, that type of thing. And one of the best things about this product is that it's being funded by the governor's office. It's been funded since Governor Edwards. Not the old Edwards, the younger one. So, but the catch is that bottom line is, if we do have an incident, and I want to say incident, not necessarily because we always think school shooter or something like that. It could be anything. It could be a medical issue. It could be, God forbid, a fire in the building, whichever. This button or this program or app, you want to call it, it speeds up the response time because it goes potentially directly to the first responders. Everybody on the campus can have access to it, and we encourage that actually, that from administrators down to custodial staff to secretaries to everybody. And what it does is that it links, I can hit that button, it goes not only to 911, but it also can be to us as supervisory staff. It could also go right into the hands of our SWAT commanders, which we're slowly but surely adding those guys to that as well. Could be fire chiefs, whatever the case may be. And so it is something of a really valuable product. A lot of our schools are starting to get on board with it. Some of them were apprehensive because it is being, new technology. I don't want to call Big Brother by accident, that kind of thing. But it's okay. So anyway, and we had a good training board, as a matter of fact, today. We had some the state rep for Rave was here, as well as working hand in hand with our local emergency preparedness group, Corey and Gary. We're all working cohesively, Aaron as well from our medical side. So again, it's definitely a group effort, but it's something that I think is a valuable service. Yeah, thank you. So again, Mr. Mark Benton, who is the state rep it's a Motorola product, so he's the state rep who's a former law enforcement and that type of thing. So he's over entire state, so he was here. Mr. Ben Walker, who's with our local emergency preparedness office, works with Mr. Earl Hughes, if I don't mess up that name. And Ben, I can't say enough about their relationship with us. We call them Gary, Corey, we call them, and it's not a matter of days, it's a matter of minutes. You're getting a response from them, so it's really a good rapport. But this time, we also invited quite a bit of our first responders in the sense of our law enforcement partners to include state. If we do have an incident, and again, an incident, gas pipeline issue, whatever, and helping or with Gary's assistance, we're getting a lot of different guys involved that we maybe otherwise wouldn't have had those connections because of his experience with state police. And we had state police here today as well. And we're in conversation to have possibly extend it to Lafourche Parish as well, because especially when you think of our locations of our schools, especially Bourgeois and their feeders, most of them on the northern side of the parish, where a Thibodeau unit might be quicker than maybe some of our local Terrebonne Parish units. And that could be fire, or it could be, like Schriever or something like that. It might be easier for somebody to come out of Thibodeau. And I know when we had a situation at South Terrebonne, we had just about everybody came because it was that much of an issue. And again, there too, being closer to Bayou Blue, being closer with Lafourche Parish. So we had first responders there today as well.
Wonderful. Mr. Ford?
When we set this up, is there a way to every year clean it out and restart? Because I'm asking because we started using this in 2020 at Thibodeau High or in Lafourche Parish, and I'm still getting rave panic button messages, and I've been removed there for 2 years now. So I think, I don't know if it's up to the administrators or if it's at the district level, but I think once a year we should refresh, maybe July 1st, clear the slate, and when the new teachers come in every year to have them go ahead and sign up for it, because, sometimes it's redundant, and especially if you have someone on staff that are used to be on staff and you don't want them to have access to that. So something to consider.
Can I
Mr.
comment to
Corrales?
that real quick?
Oh,
Can
yeah,
I comment to that? Yeah, so part of the training today, Mr. Ford, was just that it was an optional training because some schools already, and we're encouraging schools to do a more extensive training on their campus using Ben and Gary and others. So some schools chose not to come today, which was fine. But of the program today was designed just for that, to show ways that they can delete staff members that are no longer working for us, as well as in one case, we had a situation where 2 staff members got married and it was messing up the way the email was. So, you find those little issues that are causing problems with it. And so, yes, that's definitely a constant revolving type thing.
Mr. Corrales?
So this is an actual physical button that you press?
Well, virtual button or whatever on the
It's on
phone?
it's on the
Yes,
app.
yes. Mhm.
That's what I was
Yep.
wondering.
And there's ways that you can do staff assist through it, that if you, what I find, Mr. Crowdis, which when staff does use it, and the schools have used it, where Corey and I get it instantly. I think Mr. Ogeron's on there as well as we're working to get the supervisory staff assigned to their schools. And so the beauty of it is that years ago, 15, 20 years, maybe longer, when we were all in buildings that, okay, well, I have to call this supervisor, I have to call that person. And especially with the way the kid, well, obviously with the cell phone issues as they are not bad, thankfully, but trying to beat the speed of kids getting on phones or others getting on phones and putting out information that's maybe not necessarily all together. So when the staff or if a principal sends out the message, instantly, everybody who's on her contact list is getting that message, which includes us. And so we're able to pick up the phone pretty quick to call them back to say, hey, everything's good, and that kind of thing. So it does speed up the process tremendously.
Any other board members? Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Next, metal detectors, Mr. Corey Butler, Supervisor of Child Welfare and Attendance, and Gary Williams, Senior Security Coordinator.
Good evening.
Yes, sir.
It's another piece of ensuring that our schools are safe and secure. As you know, last month we began to implement the clear bag policy at our sporting events, namely football. So as another piece to that, we also began implementing the full wide searches, utilizing open gate metal detectors. Some concern came about in terms of the usage of those metal detectors, the overusage of those metal detectors. Especially because of the fact that we use them each day at our high schools in performing the school-wide searches. So one of the things that we did in conversation with Superintendent Ogeron was we looked to order additional open gate metal detectors, and which we did, which the ETA should be about 1 to 2 weeks. So we will have 4 sets coming to us, 2 of which will be divided, the 4 will be divided, 2 being at Terrebonne, 2 being at South Terrebonne, and they'll remain at the stadiums. Therefore, we don't have to transport the current ones every time we have an outdoor sporting event. Okay, so they'll be specifically for the stadiums, stadium usage. All right. With that being stated, however, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Williams.
In addition to that, what we did was we took the Garrett metal detectors that we had stored at the high school that we used prior to the open gates, and we've brought those out to some of the, well, all of the junior high schools. So we're going to start using those at the junior high schools. One school is already using them, which is Homer Junior High. We are in the process of doing some training at Evergreen and Oaklawn so they can immediately get those up and running. So hopefully we'll have that done within the next couple of days. So we have the high schools equipped, we got the sporting events equipped, and now we're gonna have the junior highs as well.
Awesome, very good.
And all of our junior high and middle school principals are all additionally trained with the open gate metal detectors, as they do have games at both stadiums just as well. So those have been in usage since last month, actually.
Any board members have any comments? None? Thank you, gentlemen. Very good. All right, Mr. President, seeing nothing else, we adjourn.
Thank you, Dr. Cloche. Just an FYI before everyone leaves, on October 7th, our next board meeting, I will be presenting information in reference to the process of hiring a new superintendent for Terrebonne Parish. So I will have all of that information for the next board meeting, just letting everybody know. Okay? Thank you, and everybody have a good night.